Okay, so we have done that there are two different parts in which the framing can be divided. The first part is of variable, very fixed length. What the drawback of this fixed length is that we have a wastage. Okay, so suppose if you have 1001 byte packet and the length field is fixed to 1000 bytes, then 1000 byte will be in one frame and 1 byte will be in another frame. Okay, to solve this problem, we added something called a padding, but still there is a huge amount of lost in terms of resources. Okay, so padding is nothing just to add extra zeros to just make it fuller. Okay, so to avoid any wastage, but still because it's a useless data, so it's a kind of a wastage. Okay, so now we move towards something called a variable size length of framing. In this particular framing, what happens is that the variable size, there is a problem that how do you figure out the end of the frame. Okay, so end of the frame is figured out by two parts, that is using by using a length field. So in a length field, what you do when you are transmitting a frame, at the end of it you indicate, this is a particularly different thing, that is a length field that is attached to every other frame. At the end of it you indicate the length in the length field. Okay, so the only problem was that if what happens if length field gets corrupted, like if you are transmitting the data of 1000 bytes and in the length field you just lost 1 0 due to signal outage. Okay, so due to some power outage, you lost this 1 0. That 1000 byte frame becomes a 100 byte frame. Okay, so the remaining 900 bytes, as it does not contain the length field, it will be discarded in the process. Okay, so that is why, but still this particular thing, the corruption of signal occurs rarely, because I'm talking about the communication inside in a LAN. Okay, so if you remember that data link layer, I am talking about in a LAN. So LAN is just a local area network where the devices are very near to each other. So it should the length, the network is established in less than 10 kilometers. Okay, so whatever is less than 10 kilometers comes under LAN. Okay, so it can be 1 kilometer, it can be 2 kilometer, 3 kilometer, whatever the network is established. If it is less than 10 kilometers, it will come under a LAN. Okay, so that is why it's very rare that the data corruption can happen in a LAN. So that is why this particular thing is used in a standard called Ethernet 802.3. 802.3. Okay. Still, to just avoid this rare occurring phenomena, we again use something called end delimiter. Okay, so this particular thing is the solution of all, but again when we are implementing it, there are many problems in it. So just let me show you the problems there. Okay, so the problem was, what happens is that the end delimiter is again a unique pattern. And delimiter is again a unique pattern. By looking at the unique pattern, you can easily recognize that the end of the frame looks like this. But if you see there, the end delimiter is a unique pattern, but it will be in the form of zeros and ones. Okay, so it will always be in the form of zeros and one, and the data is also in the form of zeros and ones. So it's a possibility. It's a possibility that data can be equal to the end delimiter. Okay, so part of the data can be equal to the end delimiter. Okay, so when that happens, what happens is that uh, you want that to be a part of the data, but the receiver consider this particular the equal instance of it as a end of the frame delimiter, and your data will be again lost. Okay, so that is the problem. This problem is solved by two particular techniques, that is called your character or byte stuffing and something called a bit stuffing. Okay, so it's a very easy thing, character stuffing, and character stuffing is most of the it's very easy thing. Okay, so I'll talk about it, what happens in character stuffing. So character stuffing is used, it's used in the starting. Okay, so I'll talk about character stuffing. Okay, so it used very long back. Now we do not use character stuffing. I'll talk about the problems that occurs in character stuffing, but still it's a very it provides the foundation towards this bit stuffing. Okay, so there is something called stuffing. Okay, so when you are reading the term, the meaning of it is already given inside it. Okay, so character or byte stuffing means that you have to stuff. Stuff means to add a character to the existing communication. Okay, so how do we add the character? Okay, so first, when we start this character stuffing, there were keywords like this dollar, hash, or something like, and these are special characters. Okay, so these particular special characters are not a part of the communication. When in the starting, this particular special character are not a part of the communication. These character we are not no way to show, but in the communication they are not strictly used. Okay, so there were no keyboards that have contained these particular special characters. Okay, so these are not a part of the communication. So what in the starting what we do, that the AND delimiter is always form of one of these special characters. Okay, so it can be, most probably it will be a dollar. So if I'm starting it, the dollar sign is mostly used as the end of the frame delimiter. Okay, so if suppose there is a data and the starting of the data contains the start of the frame delimiter, then there is a data, and in the form of end delimiter I add a dollar, because I know that dollar will never be a part of the data. Then it will not come in the data, so it is very easy to figure out the end of the frame delimiter, so that is fine. Okay, but with the coming of ages and with the advancement of computer networks, we also started using these special character as a part of the data. Okay, we also started using these characters as a part of the data. So now the problem lies there. Now the problem is that when you write, the packet will become something like this. Okay, so this is the data, that $1,000, and this is your end delimiter. Okay, so now the problem here is it's also a end delimiter. It's also a end delimiter. So that is a very big problem, because by seeing the dollar sign, what the receiver will do, it will say that there is a dollar. It means that there is an end of the frame. This is the end of the frame, and it will just assume that this will discard this dollar, and it will write the frame as it is. Okay, suppose if the receiver, if the sender transmit this data, the data that is received by the receiver will be $1,000 followed by a dollar. Okay, so now when it reaches at the dollar, it will not see further, so it will say that this is my frame, and it will discard this thing, as well as it will discard this thing. It will not look further, because it already find the end of the frame, so it will discard everything that is coming after the frame. Okay, so it will assume that this is the frame, but actually the frame should be $1,000. Yes, yes. Anybody has any doubt till now? Now, to solve this problem, so this is the particular problem when we started using these character as a part of the data, this special character as a part of the data, then this problem arises. So this is the problem. Okay, so again, the solution is given by something called escape character. Okay, so the escape character, I write it escape character. That is again a very unique pattern, but again I'll talk about it. This escape character is denoted by hash followed by a zero. Okay, so now with the addition of this escape character, what I'll do when I'm sending, so this is the responsibility of the sender. So first there is a rule that is established between the sender and the receiver. What is the rule? That whenever there is a escape character, suppose I want to transmit this SFD, then there is $1,000, and then it is followed by a dollar. Okay, so sender knows that the part of the data, this is your data, matches with the end of the frame delimiter. Okay, so sender knows this because it is transmitting the data. So sender knows this, that the part of the data is matching with the end of the frame delimiter. So what this sender do, it uses escape character. It's modify this packet as, so I'll write it in the form of packet. So it modifies this packet as SFD. Now it wants to consider this dollar as a part of the data. So it introduced something called escape character, followed by a dollar. Okay, so now it is again followed by a dollar. Now the rule between the sender and receiver is established. Whenever you find the escape character, uh, delete that escape character and consider the next part as a part of the data. Okay, so what happens is that then this particular frame is received to the receiver. It will the data, it will get 1000, escape character dollar, and then dollar. Okay, so this particular data that this the receiver will get. Now the receiver will look for escape character. It finds the escape character and it deletes this escape character and consider the next one as a part of the data. So it will assume that 1000, this dollar, is a part of the data, and now it will again find the next dollar and look for the escape character. There is no escape character to map this particular dollar, so it will think that this is the end of the frame, and it will just form the frame at the receiver side. Okay, so this is a very easy solution. So most of you will be able to think about this particular solution, that you add something that is not a part of the data, but still you will be thinking that what happens is what happens if escape character itself is a part of the data. Okay, so again the problem, what happens then, the problem will be, then you want to transmit something like this: SFD 1000.
Is the sir,
Yes, 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 yes.
so is the escape character removed automatically or the user should do it manually?
This it's removed automatically at the receiver side by DLL. Okay. Now still the problem lies here, that what happens if you want escape character to be a part of your data, Okay, so again the rule between the sender and receiver remains the same. Whenever you see a escape character, you have to consider the next particular thing as a part of the data. Okay, so what this particular sender do again, take the SFT and it add, because I want to consider these two particular character as a part of the data. So to consider these two as a part of the data, I add two escape character. First escape character for this escape character, second escape character for this dollar escape, for this dollar. Okay, so I'll write like this, and it is followed by dollar. Okay. Now this is my data, this is my end delimiter, and this is my start of the frame. Okay, so when this particular thing reaches to the receiver, it will receive like 1000. Then there is escape character, then there is escape character, then there is escape character, and then there is a dollar, and it is followed by a dollar. Okay, so when it sees the escape character, it will map this particular thing towards the end of the frame. Okay, so it will map that this particular escape character it will be for the dollar, and it will again look for another escape character, and this particular escape character will be for the another escape character. Okay, so what it will do, the rule remains the same. For the escape character, it will delete this escape character because it find the corresponding character related to this escape character, and it will delete this particular escape character because it finds the corresponding escape character to this escape character. Okay, so it will assume 1000 escape dollar as the part of the data, and it will put this particular thing into the frame. And because this dollar does not have any escape character, so it will think that it's a end of the frame. Okay, so again whatever you do, what again you will be thinking that what happens if there you want this particular thing as a part of the data. Okay, so if you want to transmit, okay, so what happens is that whatever you want it to be a part of the data, add that many escape character to the data. Okay, so suppose you want that this particular thing 1000, suppose just forget about 1000, I just want that dollar uh, and dollar. Okay, so this is my end delimiter, this is the data that I want to transmit, and this is my SFT. So I'm just giving an example for it to be
So
you should understand it. Okay, yeah.
Why are we putting what's the need of the two extra escape characters in the middle?
This one. Yes, this
Yeah,
one.
so one escape character is for the dollar, but
Mhm.
there are two in the middle also. So why are we putting those two extra?
Yes, yes. So suppose I want this particular 1,000 escape character and dollar. I want this to be a part of the data. Okay. So I also use escape character in my communication, and I want this escape character to be part of my data. So that is why I've written in the data folder. Okay. So when it is not a part of the data, there is no problem. You can just take the escape character and put it. The receiver will understand and delete the escape character, and it will consider the next portion as a part of your data. But what happens now, it's a problem. What happens that when I want this escape character to be a part of the data, so it can also happen because there is nothing, because in modern communication you can also use hash zero to communicate to the other part of the spectrum. So that is why for this particular escape character to be considered as a part of the data, I added first escape character for this escape character to consider it as a part of the data, and this escape character for this dollar for this dollar to be considered as a part of the data. Okay, so that is why. Now understand this particular example. Now I just want these $2 to be considered as a part of the data, these $2. So what I'll do, I'll add two escape characters for these $2. Okay, in the same way, here you want escape and dollar to be a part of the data, so that is why I've added two escape character to this one and this one to be a part of the data. Okay, so here it will get dollar escape escape dollar dollar and a dollar. Okay, so by using the escape, it can map the dollar with one escape, it can map the dollar with other escape, and then it will delete this one, and it will consider this $2 as a part of the data, and it will form the frame because it's the end of the frame delimiter, and it will form the frame here. Okay, so if you have any doubt, just ask me right now, because bit stuffing is also based on the same thing. Okay, so it is just based on bits, it is based on character, the bit stuffing is based on bits. Okay, so that is why it's very near to each other. Okay, so if you understand this, you will easily understand the bit stuffing, but if you don't understand this, it will be a little bit of difficult to understand the bit stuffing. Because if you do not
So,
understand right now, just ask me.
so can you once explain the second part?
This part.
No, sir. The question 1,000 uh, 101010 one.
This one.
No, sir. Just the down one. No, no, down one.
Dollar.
Sir, single dollar and three.
Okay, single dollar and three escape character. Okay, so I'll start from the beginning. Okay, so the problem that exists, the solution is the escape character. So I already said that before we were using the special characters that are not used in the communication. Most probably a dollar is not used in the communication, so that there was no problem. But with the coming of ages and advancement of computer networks, we also in the keyboard there are also a special character introduced in the keyboards. Okay, so when the special characters are introduced in the keyboard, so the special character also becomes a part of the communication. Okay, so what happens, the problem was if I directly send this particular thing to the receiver, the $1,000, so it will assume this dollar as the end of the frame delimiter, and it will form the frame as 1,000. So this particular dollar is lost on the way. So that I do not want. So to provide the solution for this, I follow something called escape character. So escape character is this hash followed by a zero. Okay. So now what I do when I have to transmit $1,000, I know that this dollar, because the sender knows that this dollar is a part of the data, it's not the part of the end of the frame delimiter. So I add for this particular dollar to be considered as a data, I add a escape character, just proceeding it. Okay. So when I add a escape character, the rules between the sender and receiver is already agreed that whenever you see a escape character, delete that escape character and map that escape character to another thing that is considered as a part of the data. Okay, so that seems a very fine agreement between each other. So when this is transmitted to the receiver, it sees a escape character and it maps this escape character to the part where by it is added there. Okay, so it knows that it is added for this dollar to be considered in the frame as the data, Okay, so it just delete this escape character and write this dollar in a frame, so it becomes a part of the data. Okay, so this particular dollar is already indicating that that this is the end of the frame, so there is no escape character attached to it, so it knows that this is the end of the frame. Okay, so in the similar way now the problem will the now where will be the problem there. Okay, so if you particularly want this escape character to be a part of the data, so if you want this escape character to be a part of the data, then again the problem lies there. Okay, so because escape character was introduced to overcome that particular disadvantage that the dollar is considered, that dollar should be considered as a part of the data. But what happens is that when I want this escape character also the part of the data, then what happens? So okay, the rule between the sender and receiver that is agreed upon is the similar one. Okay, so whenever you see escape character, you map this escape character to other data that you want to consider as a data. Okay, so now in this particular, when you are at a sender, now see, uh, if you directly permit, if you directly send this, if you directly send this packet, what happens at the receiver? It will receive 1000, and it will now it receives this particular thing. Okay, so now when it sees the escape character, it will map this escape character to this dollar, and it will assume that this is the escape character that is added because of this, so it will delete it. Okay, so now it will delete it and it will form the frame like this one. Okay, but that is wrong, because I want the frame at the receiver side, the frame to be 1000 escape and then dollar. I want this to be the data that should be received at the receiver end. But because of this escape, because the rule is already agreed upon that whenever you see a escape character, you delete that escape character and consider the next part as a part of the data. So actually the data that is going here is $1000, but the data should be 1000 escape dollar. Okay, so the problem lies when escape becomes a part of the data. Okay, so for this particular thing to be, again the rules are already agreed upon that whenever you see a escape character, you map this escape character and delete it. Okay, so now for this particular escape character, I want to consider this escape character to be a part of the data. So that is why I added one escape character for this particular escape character, and for this particular
Sir,
dollar I added another escape character. Yes.
sir, so the escape character always comes before those special characters we're trying to add
Yeah,
before.
absolutely. Okay, so when this particular thing received, this is received at the receiver, now the receiver will receive 1000, then there is a escape character, then there is a escape character, then there is a escape character, then there is a dollar. Okay, so when it parses the data, it will first see a dollar, that is fine. Then it just don't do anything. Then it sees a dollar again. When it sees a dollar, it will look for a escape character. Okay, so when it finds the escape character, it will find the escape character that is starting there. So it will delete this escape character and consider this dollar as a part of the data. In the similar way, when it looks at the escape character, and it will again look for another escape character, if there is another escape character, now it will find another escape character. If there is another escape character, the rule is again same. It will delete the escape character, and this particular thing will be considered as a part of that data. Okay, so now it will think this 1000 followed by escape followed by a dollar as the frame, and in this particular thing, escape character followed by dollar becomes a part of the data. Okay, so now again the similar example that I've given you, that what happens is that when there are two characters, that is dollar and dollar, so this is one and the same thing. When it becomes a part of the data, then again you add two escape character, one escape character for this dollar, another escape character for this particular dollar. Okay, so when it receives to the, again it will map this particular escape character to the particular particular special character that is matching with the end of the frame. Okay, so the rule is again, when deletes the escape character and it will consider this as a part of the data, it will delete the escape character and will consider this as a part of the data, and it will form the frame like this one. Okay, so now you will be thinking what happens if something like this occurs, that this particular thing I want to be a part of the data. Escape followed by a dollar. Okay, so what happens if this particular thing is a part of the data? Okay, so for this particular thing, I know I think you understand now what you do. You add one escape character for this one escape character for this one escape character for this one, and you write the data as it is. Okay, so understand this, why I'm adding the escape character. Okay, so if you want to consider this as escape character, this will just increase the number of escape character. Okay, so now there is a problem in this one, is that we are adding the escape character. More number of times. Okay, so we are adding escape character again and again. Okay, so whenever you want to consider something as a part of the data, you have to add many escape character. And now this is a escape character. Now keep in mind, this is a escape character. So character is nothing but it is a byte of data. So byte means it contains 7 bits. Okay, so when you are adding one escape character, 7 bits are wasted. Okay, so when here I have added like 1 2 3 just what, okay, 1 2 3 escape character. There are 3 escape character and like 21 bits are wasted. Okay, so that is why in character stuffing there is a lot of wastage that is going on. Okay, so a character represents a byte. A byte is nothing but a byte. I think a byte contains a series of bits like zeros and ones. Okay. Okay. Now, so for this particular purpose, we will not do. We will not follow this character stuffing. We most preferably prefer something called a bit stuffing here. Okay. Bit stuffing. Okay, so in this PPT also the example is directly given here. Okay, so used when frame consists of a character. So most probably this particular thing will be used when a frame contains characters like A, B, C, D, E, F, and if data contains end of the frame delimiter, then the byte is stuffed. It is stuffed into data to differentiate it from end of the frame delimiter. Okay, so only the problem lies when the part of the data becomes equal to the end of the frame delimiter. Okay, so this is the problem. Okay, so in order to break the pattern, we do stuffing, that is character stuffing. Okay, so if data contains dollar anywhere, so suppose the end of the frame delimiter in this particular case is a dollar. If data contains dollar anywhere, it can be escaped by using a escape character. Okay, so this is an escape character. Now if the data contains this particular, if the data is actually like this is the data that I want escape character to be a part of the data, as well as I want a dollar to be a part of the data, then you use, suppose, this particular escape character for this one and this particular escape character for this one. Okay, so this dollar is escaped using one escape character, and escape character is escaped using again another escape character. Okay, so whatever you want to escape, you keep adding the escape character. So that is the disadvantage of this one. Okay, so this is the example of it. When you are at the sender data link layer, this particular thing this escape character means that this particular thing you want to transmit it, you want to transport, or you want to transmit this particular escape character to the receiver side. Okay, so in this data link layer, what you do, because this is again this particular thing becomes a part of the data. Now this is a data, I want to transmit this escape character. Okay, so for this escape character in the data link layer, what you do, you add one escape character in front of it. Okay, so when the one escape character it reaches at the receiver data link layer, what it'll do, it will delete this particular thing and consider this as a part of the data. Now this is a receiver data link layer, This is a sender data link layer. So just keep in mind, if you see frame sent from the data link layer of sender and frame received from the data link layer of the receiver. Okay, so that is the same example that I've given to you. Okay, now the another part is your bit stuffing. Okay, so again the example is given here. I'll again explain. It's a very easy process. So bit stuffing, if you understand character stuffing, bit stuffing is very easy. Only it's in the form of a bit. Okay, so what exactly is a bit? So suppose this is your frame. The frame contains your start of the frame delimiter and then your data. Suppose your data is something like this: 0 1 1 1 1. Okay, so your end of the frame delimiter becomes equal to the data. So your end of the frame delimiter is also 0 1 2 3 4 ones. Okay, so now the problem will always be there when the data becomes equal to the end of the frame delimiter. Okay, so now I want to, now the solution will be that data should not be equal to the end of the frame delimiter. So that is my solution. So how do I gather out the solution? So again, I'll do bit stuffing in data. Okay, so the similar in the similar way that I have done the byte stuffing in the data here. So see, I have done this particular, I have added this particular escape character into the data. So I have done byte stuffing into the data. In the similar way, I want here, I will do bit stuffing to break the pattern. Okay, so that the data will not be equal to the end of the frame delimiter. Okay, so how can you break the pattern? Okay, so suppose this is your data, 0 followed by 1. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 1. Okay, so to break the pattern so that it is not equal to this particular end of the frame delimiter, you can add something here, or you can add something here, or you can add something here. Add means you can add a 0 here. So if I add a 0 here, so this particular data will become 0 1 0 1 1 1. Okay, so the end of the frame delimiter is 0 followed by 1 2 3 4 ones. Okay, so if you're saying I have added 0 to break the pattern, now the data is not equal to the end of the frame delimiter. So the pattern is broken. Either you can add a 0 here, or you can add a 0 here, then again the pattern will also be broken, or you can add a 0 here. Okay, so I prefer that I will add a 0 in this particular range. Okay, so I'll add a 0 now. Yes.
But would you change the data that way?
Yeah, that I again the agreement between the sender and receiver. I'll tell you about it. So what happens at receiver? Okay, in a similar way that we have done the bit stuffing in particularly in this at the sender side. If you're seeing the actually the data is 1000 byte, 1000 followed by $, but I have changed the data by adding something called a escape character. Okay, so this is also changing of the data, but at the receiver side it is already that because the rules are agreed upon between the sender and the receiver. So the receiver will again automatically knows that what is the part of the data and what is not the part of the data. Okay, so in the similar way there, I'm changing the data, but there are some rules that that is agreed upon the sender and the receiver. So a receiver will again figure out what actually the data was. Okay, so I'll show you. Don't worry about that part. Okay, so first of all, we have to do bit stuffing. Okay, so I prefer this particular thing as here I will add a 0 there. So what will happen? So the data becomes 0 1 1 1, and I add a 0 1 here. So this particular thing is introduced by me. So I'll write like a different color. Okay, so this 0 is particularly introduced by me. Okay, so at the sender side, when I want to send this particular data, so it should not match with the end of the frame delimiter, that is 1 followed by 1 2 3 4 zeros. What I'll do, you can add a 0 anywhere to break the pattern. I'm just following this one. Okay, so at the end of it, I am adding a extra 0. Now the pattern was 0 followed by 4 ones. Now it is 0 followed by 3 ones, and there is a 0 there. So pattern between the data and the end of the frame delimiter is broken. Okay, so the pattern is broken. Okay, so when this particular thing is sent across the network to the receiver. The receiver will receive 0 followed by 1, 1, 1, and then there is a 0, 1. Sorry, and then there is a 0, 1. Now another one, and it knows that the end of the frame delimiter is or this particular end of the frame delimiter is sent differently, so it knows that the end of the frame delimiter is 0 followed by 4 ones. Okay, so what the receiver will do, the receiver will receiver knows that the end of the frame delimiter is 0 followed by 4 ones. Okay, so now it look into the data. So this is the data the receiver received. Now it will look at it and it sees that 0 followed by 3 ones. Okay, so it sees that 0 followed by 3 ones and then there is a 0 there. Okay, so it begins to know that this particular 0 is added to break the pattern with the end of the frame delimiter. Okay, so the receiver will know this particular thing because it sees the pattern. Now what the rule between the sender and the receiver that is finalized is that when the 0 is followed by 3 ones, when the 0 is followed by 3 ones, in order to break the pattern, I added a 0 there. Okay, so this particular rule is agreed upon the sender and the receiver. Now the receiver will look for a 0 followed by 3 ones. Okay, so 0 followed by 3 ones, and whatever is written at the next of it, it will delete this particular thing and it will assume this particular thing as a part of the data. This particular thing. Now what is the rule agreed upon? Because I have added 0 at the end here, this at particular this instant. So the sender will tell the receiver that what is the rule there. Whenever you see 0 followed by 3 ones, whenever you see 0 followed by 3 ones, I have added a pattern. I have added a extra 0 there to break the pattern with the end of the frame delimiter. Okay, so now the receiver will receive the end of the frame and it will look 0 followed in the data. It will look 0 followed by 3 ones. Okay, so when it finds 0 followed by 3 ones, it knows that this particular 0, whatever is after 0 followed by 3 ones, it will just delete this. It will not care about anything. Whenever there is 0 followed by 3 ones, it will directly delete it. Okay, so that is how the receiver will sort out this mess. But if you are again thinking about this, now what happens, you will be thinking that what happens when this particular thing, that this the data becomes 0 1 1 1 0 1. Okay, so end of the frame delimiter is similar. End of the frame delimiter is 0 followed by 1 2 3 4. Okay, so now I'm again showing you the problem there. Okay, from the sender side, it is already agreed upon. From the sender side, it is already agreed upon that whenever you see 0 followed by 3 ones, whenever you see 0 followed by 3 ones, you just delete whatever is coming after it. Okay, so what happens if this actually is a part of the data that you want to transmit 0 followed by 3 ones and then 0 1. Okay, so when you transmit this to the receiver, now when this transmit to the receiver, the rule is already agreed upon. It will receive 0 followed by 1 1 1 and this 0 1. Okay, so the end of the frame delimiter, it already knows that it is 0 followed by 4 ones here. Okay, so when it looks at the data, then the receiver looks at the data because it will look 0 followed by 3 ones and it will delete this particular one because the rule is already agreed upon between them. So it will delete this one and it will consider this 0 followed by 4 ones as the part of the data. But that is actually wrong. I do not want that because my actual data was 0 followed by 1 1 1 0 1. The actual data was this, but the data that the receiver is getting is 0 followed by 4 ones. Okay, so this is where it all got wrong. Okay, again, now the rule that is agreed upon the sender and the receiver is the same. Whenever you see 1 0 followed by 3 ones, whatever is coming after it, you delete it. So that is the rule that is already established between the sender and the receiver. And if I backtrack from that rule, and the communication will be changed somehow. Okay, so how do I tackle this one? Okay, so again, without changing the rule, I stick to the rule. What I'll do at the sender side, what I'll do, because I already know that whenever 0 is followed by 3 ones, the receiver will automatically delete this 0 whenever the 0 is followed by 3 ones. Okay, so what I'll do at the sender side, I'll do something called again a bit stuffing. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll take 0 followed by 3 ones here, and I add an extra 0 again here. Okay, and then write the data as it is. Okay, so now my data after stuffing at the center side will become 0 followed by 3 ones, and then there is a name that sky blue color is a stuffing part, and my end of the frame delimiter remains the same, that is 0 followed by 4 ones. Okay, so when I transmit this particular thing to the receiver, now I do not change the rule. The rule that is agreed upon with the sender and receiver remains the same. Now when I transmit to it, it will receive 0 followed by 1, 2, 3, and then there is a stuffed 0, and then there is 0, 1. Okay, so now it knows that the end of the frame delimiter is 0 followed by 1, 2, 3, 4 ones, and it knows that 0 followed by whatever is coming after 0 followed by 3 ones, I will delete it. So that is the particular rule that is established between the sender and the receiver. So now it will look here. Now 0 followed by 3 ones, whatever is coming, it does not care about if there is a 1, if there is a 0, it will just delete this particular thing and consider the next part as a part of the data. So the frame becomes 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1. So this particular thing becomes a part of the data. Okay, so you must probably be thinking that what happens if this particular thing becomes a part of the data. Okay, so you again add one more 0. Okay, so that is how bit stuffing works. That how when you are adding in the character stuffing part, when you are adding more and more escape character there, in the same way you in this particular case you add more and more zeros there. Okay, so if you understand, try this example for yourself. So just tell me what will be the answer there. Okay, so the end of the frame delimiter that is given to you is 0 followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0 followed by 5 ones, and the data that is given to you is very similar. Okay, the data that is given to you, that is 0 followed by 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the data is becoming equal to the end of the frame delimiter. You have to tell me what is the data after bit stuffing. Okay, bit stuffing. Just write in the chat box, so I'll know that you understand this particular concept. I think Aryan got the right one. Yeah. Okay, just let me see. Again, I've said, yeah, I think Tushar got the right answer. Okay, so again, I have said that you can either stuff, because this is the end of the frame delimiter, because the end of the frame delimiter becomes equal to the data. So either you can add here to break the pattern, or here, or here, or here. So there is a particular reason that why I am adding a 0 at the end of it to break the pattern. There is a particular reason. I will tell you about it in the end. Why I'm not adding here. You can add it. You can add it here. There is no problem. You can add it here also. But I always want to add it at the end. There is a particular reason for that, why I want to add a 0 here to break the pattern. I will tell you about it after. But see, the data at the sender side after stuffing will become 0 followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there is a 0 and then there is a 1. Okay, so the rule that is agreed upon between the sender and the receiver is whenever there is a 0 followed by 4 ones, whenever there is a 0 followed by 4 ones, I will delete anything that is coming after 0 followed by 4 1. Okay, so when the data is transmitted to the receiver, then that it will be like this. Now here the end of the frame delimiter is 0 followed by 5 ones. Okay, so the rule that is agreed upon between the sender and the receiver, whenever the 0 is followed by 4 ones, whenever the 0 is followed by 4 ones, whatever is coming after it, I will delete it. Okay, so now at the sender, it will be getting this particular thing as a part of the data. Okay, so I hope you understand this. So again, I'll do a little bit. This is a very good question I want to introduce to you. The end of the frame delimiter is 1, 2, 3, 4, and the data that you are given is 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. Okay, so just tell me what is the data after stuffing. Just tell me what is the data after stuffing. Take your time, just tell me this one. Okay, so if you are able to answer it correctly, I think you understand this particular thing. Yeah, I think Abha, Manish and Harshit also given the right answer. Well done. Okay, so I think Harshit has given the answer. Yeah, I think that one seems correct. Okay, so I am not able to count the 0, but seems correct. Okay, so I'll give you the answer. Just match it with yourself. Okay, so now see again. Because I have to break the pattern, where I break the pattern, I will add a 0 here. So there is a particular reason why I'm adding a 0 at the end. I'll tell you about it further, but just assume it, I will add a 0 at here at the end. Okay, so the pattern becomes 0 followed by 3 ones, 0 followed by 3 ones. Okay, so now 0 followed by 3 ones is there. So what I'll do, 0 followed by 3 ones is there. So I'll add an extra 0 to break the pattern. Okay, so I'll add extra 0, and then there is the 0, that zeros will remain as it is. Again, this 0 followed by 3 ones. There is a 0 followed by 3 ones here. So 0 followed by 3 ones. I'll add an extra 0 to break the pattern. Okay, 0 followed by 3 ones, and then there is 0, a 1, and then 0. Okay, so everything is same, just I'm adding 0 followed by wherever there is a 0 followed by 3 ones, I will add a 0 from the sender side. Whenever there is a 0 followed by 3 ones, 0 followed by 3 ones, I will add a 0 here, and 0 followed by 3 ones, I will add a 0 there. Okay, so this, I think most of you have given the answer correctly. At the receiver side, you know that it will look for 0 followed by 3 ones. Whatever is coming after it, it will delete it. Okay, so that is how bit stuffing works. Okay, so if you have given the right answer, cheers for yourself, and you did good. Okay, so now the main question is, why did I added the 0 there? Why did I added the 0 there? Okay, so now just I take a little bit of an example here. Suppose the data is something like this one. The data that I have to stuff is 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, something like this. Okay, so now when I do, you know that uh, when the end delimiter is 0 followed by 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you can add a 0 here, you can add a 0 here, you can add a 0 here. I already told you. Okay, suppose you add a 0 here. Okay, so the rule becomes whenever 0 is followed by 1, 1, whenever 0 is followed by only 1, 1, you just add a 0, the extra 0 there. So this is the rule that is becoming on my side. Okay, to break the pattern, I consider this one. Okay, so I always add there. Now I am telling you why I add this 0 always at the end, why not at the beginning. So I'm adding a 0 at the beginning. Okay, so now the pattern becomes when 0 followed by 1, 1, when you see 0 followed by 1, 1, you just add a 0 there. Okay, so this becomes the rule there. Now if the data is something like this, you what you do, you add 0 followed by 1, 1, you find it, you add a 0 there. Then 0 followed by 1, 1, again you find it, you add a 0 there for bit stuffing. Again 0 followed by 1, 1, you find it, and you add a 0 there for bit stuffing. Okay, so the remaining part will remain the same. Okay, so if you're seeing there, if by adding a 0 here, the stuffing is, you have stuffed three particular bits, 3 particular bits. But if you do a stuffing here, that means that 0 followed by 1 1 1 and then 0 1. Okay, so if you do a stuffing here, what will happen in the same data? Okay, so the pattern becomes 0 followed by 3 ones, then you add a 0. Okay, so now there is no need to add anything. There is no need to here, there is no need here, but now 0 followed by 3 ones, 0 followed by 3 ones, you add a stuffing there. Okay, so now if you're seeing between these two, you only have to stuff only one bit when you are inserting it at the end of it. But if you are inserting it at the starting, you have to stuff more bits. Okay, so that is why I'm preferring that the bit that I'm stuffing will be at the end of the pattern, always be at the end of the pattern, because there is a more probability that 0 followed by 1 1 will always be in the pattern rather than 0 followed by 3 ones. This is a lower probability than this one. Okay, so that is the reason I am adding this 0 towards the end of it. Okay, so still if you have any doubt, just let me know. I think most of you have understood it well, and I think I've taken yes.
So the position of the 0 depends on the end delimiter.
The position of the 0 depends upon the end delimiter. The position of the 0 depends upon the sender. Okay, so if you want to add a 0 there, you can add it, but actually this is a standard. Always the 0 that is added at the end to break the pattern between the end delimiter and the data. Okay. Or you are asking any other thing?
No, I
Okay. Okay, so this is framing, that is complete now. So the framing is done completely. So in this particular part, just keep revise about bit stuffing and character stuffing. Okay, so you can do more example on the internet, find it, do their examples. Okay, so you will get to know more things. Okay, so keep in mind that whenever you are attending the next lecture, just remember to revise this concept. Okay, so it's a very good concept that you will forget very easily. Okay, so if you don't